The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The New York Jets still don't have a general manager. When will they? We'll talk about the latest. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby.
Number one, we play with maximum effort. There's three elements of effort. Got burst, speed, and finish. If I don't see one of those, man, you're a traitor. Go play for somebody else. Win, lose, or draw. The one thing you're going to say about our defense, using the fight. That's an ass kicker.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Brees Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quentin Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go. Happy Saturday. Welcome in, everybody. If you're watching this before 4 p.m. Eastern time, just know I will be hosting today nationally on SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio from 4 to 8. And I'm sure when I end this stream, that's when the Jets will finally announce a new GM. If that happens, or if the Jets do announce a new general manager, well, I'm on Mad Dog. When I get off the air at 8 Eastern tonight, I plan to go live for a full YouTube show if and when they do announce a GM. I'm on ESPN New York tomorrow from 4 to 8 as well. So back-to-back days of radio for me, both nationally and locally, if you want to tune in and listen. All right, lot to talk about. Hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel. Quick plug, winter merch is available. We have, of course, a bunch of great hoodies and beanies, but now we have quarter zips that feature the Jake Asman Show and the Asmaniac logo. They are Adidas quarter zip pullovers. Check it out. They're awesome. And I promise you the quality is great. Plus long sleeve shirts available with the show logo and the Asmaniac logo as well. So we have a winter merch sale. Patreon users take advantage. 20% off all the items at jakeasman.com/shop. All the info is in the description box as well. Here's the latest. There is no latest. Nothing's changed. Reports continue to come out that state the Jets have not informed any finalist about their status for the Jets GM. I heard Rich Cimini this morning on ESPN New York with Dan Graca say all three candidates that had second interviews, Lance Newmark, Darren Mugi, and Trey Brown, they have not been told they're out. And typically, you tell the people who didn't get the job they didn't get the job first. And then you inform the person who got the job. That's typically how it goes. Now, I would be surprised if the Jets don't have a GM in place by Monday, because Monday is the press conference for Aaron Glenn. His first press conference as the Jet coach. It's at 1 o'clock. You would want to have that GM in place, I'd imagine, so you do the GM press conference and the head coach press conference at the same time. That would make sense. Now, what could the holdup be? I have a theory. This is not me reporting. This is me being a Jet fan, connecting the dots. I think the Jets are trying to not only hire a GM, I wouldn't be surprised if they're also trying to hire maybe a director of football operation, or they're going to announce a senior advisor to whoever the GM is, whether that's Chris Spielman or Rick Spielman. There's been rumblings of Mike Tannenbaum having some sort of role even after this 33rd team search is done. Maybe that's the holdup. But it's odd that Josina Anderson yesterday said Mugi is getting the job. And then no one else confirmed it. In fact, it was the opposite. It was no one's been told yet. So maybe it's Darren Mugi, the assistant GM of the Broncos, but we don't know that. And that's why if you caught the show yesterday live when that happened, I didn't immediately say, all right, done deal. Because I just didn't get the sense this was done as close to what Josina said. And I'm glad I waited and didn't do a Jets hire GM reaction video because they didn't. Maybe it will be Mugi, but they haven't hired Mugi yet. And all three candidates, according to Rich, are still alive. And what's interesting is I've heard Lance Newmark is out. So all three finalists are still alive, but I'd be surprised if Newmark is the one that got the job. And I say that because I don't think Lance Newmark, just connecting dots, had a great second interview. Because if he did, why would you then bring in two more people after that? You know? I don't understand why Newmark could still be alive if you brought in two people after his interview. It's not like they brought in one, they brought in two. So there's rumblings that Newmark is already out. But I don't know. He, I guess, technically hasn't been told. So right now, we have a head coach, but we don't have the GM yet. And you're very naive if you don't think Aaron Glenn is going to have a major voice in who the GM is going to be. You brought in Aaron Glenn to be the face of your franchise, essentially. You're giving him all this control. We could debate whether or not it makes sense to do that, but that's what they did. So I don't think any of these guys are getting the job unless Aaron Glenn's on board. I mean, it makes obvious sense. Connect the dots. But as of now, nothing has changed in regards to this search. In fact, as I sit here right now, it is 1:42 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday, January 25th. Rich Cimini, 5 hours ago, 7:55 a.m., tweeted, GM hiring process continues today. As of last evening, none of the candidates have been informed of a decision, source says. Darren Moogie, Trey Brown are the favorites. Lance Newmark remains a candidate. So that was before 8 a.m. today. And there's been nothing else since. Very odd. And we know the Jets have the press conference Monday for Glenn. But I don't think they'd want to announce a GM Sunday on the day of the championship games in the NFL. You know, typically you don't want other teams announcing moves that take away from the spotlight being about the games when there's still games to be played, playoff games to be played. You know, there's famous examples of news happening during famous playoff games, right? A-Rod opted out of his first Yankees contract in the middle of the 2007 World Series. So it has happened. But I don't think the Jets would hire a GM tomorrow afternoon. So if it doesn't happen tonight, if it doesn't happen tomorrow morning, maybe they're going to wait till the day of Glenn's press conference to announce something, or I don't know. You had a report from Connor Hughes on SNY that Woody and Christopher Johnson were meeting behind closed doors to figure out who was going to be the GM, which I don't think that's exactly going to make any Jet fan feel confident, but they're the owners. Ultimately, it's their decision. Hopefully they picked the right guy, but that was yesterday, and there's still nothing. So very odd turn of events here. The hiring processes around the league have been odd. The Jets have actually been more functional than a lot of teams. Have you seen what the Cowboys did, Jet fans? Schotty is back in the year 2025. Brian Schottenheimer is the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Friday night news dump from Jerry Jones. Think about that. The Jaguars fired their GM because no one wanted to work with him and then begged Liam Cohen, who's been an offensive coordinator in the NFL for a year, to take the job. And now he's going to be a part of the GM search. He's got very little experience. Crazy. That is a wild situation. Maybe he'll be good, but are we sure? Then you look at some of the other openings. I mean, the Raiders have Tom Brady. He's going to get you Ben Johnson. He's going to get you Mike Vrabel, right? That's what everyone was telling me. And I said, no, he's not, because the Raiders roster is not great. They're in a brutal division, and they don't have a quarterback. So how many times has Tom Brady been rejected? Like he was by Mike Vrabel, like he was by Ben Johnson. So now Brady gets John Spytek, who he knows from Michigan, and they obviously know each other from when Brady was in Tampa. He becomes the GM, and they bring in Pete Carroll, which is a fine hire. But remember, the Raiders were going to have Ben Johnson and Mike Vrabel or Bell. No, they had Pete Carroll, who's fine. I think it's a decent hire. But that's been all over the place. You know, you look at all these different teams out there, right? New Orleans still doesn't have a coach yet. I think it's going to end up being Mike McCarthy. But ultimately, the Jets got one of the better candidates in Aaron Glenn. And we don't know how Aaron Glenn will be as a head coach, but you can't deny the resume and the fact that he was coveted, and he's what they wanted. And now they got to find the right GM to pair with them. But I agree with many who have said this. The head coach for the Jets is more important than the GM. Well, Joe Douglas was not perfect. He did assemble a team that had talent. And coaching absolutely destroyed this year's Jets team. And the owner had a lot to do with it because despite however you feel about Robert Saleh held the team together and was way better than Jeff Ulbrich. You can't even compare. By the way, how about Saleh? Immediately goes right back to the Niners as expected as the highest paid DC. And good for Robert Saleh. We know the guy can coach defense. But I was laughing because when the Niners announced Saleh, they tweeted a montage of Saleh during his first stint in San Fran as the DC. And in all these clips, it's Robert Saleh hyped up, pumped, screaming, yelling, high-fiving guys, chest-pounding guys. And then you remember him with the Jets, and it's the stoic Saleh face. I mean, he became a different guy. He really did. He became a different guy. New York beat him down. He was not the guy that I think any of us thought he was going to be. And that's the truth. And look, I like Robert Saleh. I think he's a good guy. Maybe he'll get another chance to be a head coach someday. I mean, he probably will. I mean, people forget he was 20 and 36. It's, he got fired because Woody's a moron. And then look how bad the Jets became after that. Ulbrich was terrible, this and that. And yeah, some of that's true, but let's not act like Robert Saleh was Vince Lombardi. He wasn't. Is he better than Ulbrich? Yeah. So maybe one day Saleh gets another chance, and I wish him well. But that's a good job for him to go back and do a nice job with the Niners. He'll be running the steps in Santa Clara again. But it was just eye-opening seeing that clip or those clips of Saleh all pumped up and the energy. And it's like he was not that guy with the Jets at all. There'd be moments of it, but not enough. You know, all gas, no brake was supposed to be the mantra for the solid Jets. And you never got the sense it was truly all gas, no brake. Crazy. The Jets got to get it right. And for those saying that Aaron Glenn is different than Saleh, yeah, he's a different guy, a different path, but we don't have to lie to ourselves, people. The similarities are there. It's a first-time coach from a defensive background that learned from other great coaches that everyone described as a great leader of men, everyone described as one of the top candidates, if not the top candidate during the cycle. That's a fact. Aaron Glenn might be different, and his path's different because he was a Jet. He was a player. He was a damn good player at that. You know, he has a pro personnel background, right, in scouting. But there's similarities. Anyone trying to tell you there's not is lying to you. I stumbled upon this clip. Here's Richard Sherman, then with the 49ers, future Hall of Fame corner, talking about Robert Saleh. And you tell me if this reminds you of some of the Lions players or some of the things you've heard about Aaron Glenn, since the Jets obviously have made him their next coach.
To have the injuries that we've had week after week after week, the setbacks week after week, we lose 2 D linemen in the bye week. We don't know. We have uncertainty. We lose backers throughout the week. We got guys who can't practice. Kinlaw barely got to practice on a Friday. You know, it's week after week, and he never makes an excuse. And statistically, we're still a top 5 defense in almost every category. You know, there are guys out there with Pro Bowlers, all pros, and never lost, never had an injury, never had any adversity, and they're not putting out a top 5 defense. He's not making any excuses. He's making great plans week in and week out, and we're making it happen. And I think, you know, I expect him to be a head coach next year because of what he's able to do. You know, he's able to rally men. You know, he's a leader of men, and that goes a long way.
I think the biggest thing that I've learned from him is, as I've been hyping before and, you know, talking about, you know, the details of the game is the details. Just, you know, making sure that, you know, every guy's doing their job 100% of the time, you know, as good as they can and as fast as they can, as violent as they can. And so they said, hey, if we bring that to every week to the game, then, you know, we're going to be the most dominant team. So I know that mentality is definitely going to stick with us. And wherever he do from now, I'm sure he's going to be great at, but he definitely left, you know, a great legacy here. And he definitely got me better in a lot of ways.
He's an outstanding coach. I'm happy for him.
So look, I liked the Robert Saleh hire at the time, as did everyone. You just never know. But let's not pretend like there's not similarities to those saying there's not. There is. Doesn't mean that Aaron Glenn can't be a good coach. And I hope he is. That's a fact. Open phone lines if you want in on the conversation. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. If you're watching right now, hit the like button. I'm being told the math is not mathing. I'm seeing on my screen 443 people watching this phenomenal program, and there's only 105 likes. So something's not right. Click the thumbs up button. Otherwise, the Jets are going 0-17 next year. That's what I've already seen the future. All right? That's the bottom line. Hit the like button. We're sponsored today by Huga House. See the hat I'm wearing? You want 20% off on any Huga House hat? Here's what you do. Click the link in the description. You can get 15% off if you use promo code Asman, but I have a link now for 20% off, so save money. Get a Huga House hat. There's 6 brand new ones available. I ordered one for myself this morning that I'm excited to rock, but I'm wearing the classic right now, the Aaron Rodgers classic. Aaron should be the quarterback next year. That should be the move Aaron Glenn decides on. He gives the team the best chance to win. Huga House. Jake Asman. It's a great partnership. Click the link, get a hat. Bunch of Jet players wear it. Shane Gillis wears Huga House. Kevin from The Office wears Huga House. Shohei Ohtani wears Huga House. Plenty of others. Check it out. HUEGA house.com. Promo code Asman for 15% off. Link in my description for 20. That easy to get a new hat. All right. We're seeking raffle entries. If you gift a membership, you're in on the raffle. It will be Tuesday. The grand prize is a signed Garrett Wilson jersey. Thank you to listener J-Max for donating this. The other grand prize, a signed Hall of Famer Joe Klecko jersey. Other prizes, New York Jets replica Super Bowl III ring, signed Aaron Glenn card, signed Breece Hall jersey patch card, Gus Buster umbrella, and I promised you guys yesterday I would add another prize after all the memberships. So here it is, signed CJ Mosley trading card as well. So, what is that? 7 prizes? Biggest raffle we've ever done. Gift a membership or a $20 super chat. $20 super chat gets you 5. A gifted membership for every membership you gift gets you that many in the raffle. Open phone lines if you want in. Appreciate everyone tuning in here on a Saturday. Let's see what you guys are thinking. Who's the GM going to be? Do we know? Do we have a feel? Is it Moogie? Doesn't feel like it's going to be Newmark. I personally hope it's Trey Brown, but I'm not sure if it will be. I don't think anyone knows. Big fella. Salah equals used car salesman. I mean, he talked the talk. It didn't work. Mike writes in, no beast today. Damn, Mike, you didn't even do anything. Already coming at the beast. I don't know. How much you willing to pay for that? Peter writes in, worst coach ever, Salah. Matt, Salah better than Gase. It's true. Jets worldwide. Once you get hired as a head coach, Woody becomes your blood brother. It's true. It's true. Jay says Salah left with a top 5 defense. I mean, we know the guy's a good defensive coach. It was everything else that I thought would get better when he had a quarterback. It didn't. And look, we'll never know. I mean, he got 5 games with Aaron Rodgers. There were 2 and 3. And while the team was not playing great, that Denver loss is an embarrassment. Turns out Denver was a playoff team. The Vikings were a 14-win team. That's who they lost to in Salah's last game. The Niners, they were healthy in week 1, coming off an appearance in the Super Bowl. Those are the 3 losses. But, Woody shouldn't have done it. It derailed the year. What I won't do, though, is act like, the Jets would be a playoff team if they didn't do that. I think they would have won more than 5 games. I don't think we were reaching the pinnacle with Robert Saleh as the head coach. I didn't see it. Peter Castro, Glenn to be determined. Yeah, look, Aaron Glenn has a chance. He's going to have to hire a good staff. Eventually, he's going to have to find the quarterback. And that's going to define him. If you want in on the conversation, click the link to join the Gus Buster hotline. If you're a first-time caller, you go right to the front of the line. Brandon writes in, blaming him for the run defense while Michael Clemens and Javon Kindler are playing significant snaps beyond moronic. I mean, the fact that Clemens and Kinlaw played as much as they did, it was terrible. And look, I didn't love the Kinlaw signing when they made it, but my thought process was, well, I don't like this. I'm not going to go crazy because I'm going to give the defense the benefit of the doubt. They earned it. I thought going into this past year, Quentin Jefferson, right? Sheldon Rankins, like they sign guys 1-year deals, get the best out of them, and then off we go. And I thought Kinlaw, all right, Salah had him in San Fran, first round guy. Like we'll see some growth there, and it didn't work. And so this is on Douglas too for the Huff situation and Reddick and getting rid of JFM for nothing. Ryad says going from Robert Saleh to Aaron Glenn is like going from Bobby Midnight to Mikey Midnight. Wow. How about Mikey Midnight's call yesterday on the first show? Was that great or what? Sean says Zach Wilson killed Saleh and JD's career. It killed Saleh's career. Let me say this, though, Sean. Joe Douglas has no one to blame but himself. He sat on his ass after Rodgers got hurt and didn't have another quarterback. He sat on his ass this year and allowed Greg Zuerlein to wreck the year. I don't feel an ounce of sympathy for Joe Douglas. Saleh, I do a little more because I think he's a better coach than some give him credit for. While not great, I don't think he's as bad as the perception of him is. Right? I think that's fair. I'm not telling you Saleh's great. He's not. But Joe Douglas got 6 years. All right? He had a fair shake. He inherited a team with a franchise quarterback on it in Sam Darnold. He chose to move on from the guy, which is fine. That's his right. Picked his guy. That guy sucked. Got to pivot, go to Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, he got hurt, but what'd you do about it? Hired his head coach. You know how many GMs don't even get a chance to hire their coach? Think about the guy that left the Chiefs after 16 years, Borgonzi. He goes to Tennessee. He didn't get to pick his coach. Not many GMs get the perfect situation. Douglas got it. He got paid great. He had a 6-year deal. He got to pick his coach, his quarterback twice. Build it his way. There was no playoff mandate once. All right. Joe Douglas could complain about Woody and Brick and make all these excuses. The bottom line is he was 30-34. And while I will say there's context to the record, what I will not do is have revisionist history and act like it wasn't, you got to win this year, you're gone. It was the right move to move on. Because every big decision that needed to be made, he missed on. Coach, missed on. Quarterback twice, missed on. And I'm counting Darnold and Wilson. Rodgers, it's tough. I'm not going to kill him for Rodgers getting hurt 4 plays in. That's no one's fault. I will criticize him because I never wanted Zach Wilson to be the backup in the first place. Go check the tape the day they signed Aaron Rodgers. They traded for him. I said at that show, get a better backup. It shouldn't be Zach. But, they don't listen to me. So, have fun, Joe. See you later. Someone else deserves a shot at being the GM now. Titan says GMs probably have different opinions on Rodgers. Look, I think the Rodgers decision, Aaron Glenn, and the GM have to be on the same page for that. Luke says we need Clint Kubiak. I like Kubiak. I like Nick Caley. Robert says you didn't fall for the BS reports yesterday like others did. I mean, I just knew it wasn't done just because Josina Anderson said it. Bomber says, Jake, where's the beast? Oh, he's ready. He's ready, folks. Stand by. Beast could be on at any moment. You gotta be alert. You gotta be on your toes. Super chat from Rob. Rob, thanks for the subway ride. Actually, not even. It's $2.90 now. Jet Nation says, you realize no one wants to come here. If Aaron Glenn wasn't a former Jet, we'd still be looking for a head coach. Okay. No one wanted the Texan job, but D'Amico Ryans did. How'd that work out? How'd the Texans get a top candidate? They were coming off another season where they're picking second in the draft. D'Amico Ryans was about to be a third coach in 3 years there. How'd they turn it around? By the way, Kyle Shanahan was the third coach in 3 years for the Niners when they hired him. No one brings that up. Guess what? I'm not apologizing for Aaron Glenn wanting the Jet job. I respect the hell out of him for that. He has called this his dream job. He wanted this. He knows what this is. He knows how difficult it is to be the head coach of the Jets. It's not like other jobs in the NFL. It's one of the hardest jobs in sports, I would say, being the head coach of the Jets. He wanted this. So good. D'Amico wanted Houston. That's worked out. It means something to Aaron Glenn. M. Morris says, how does Flacco leave and immediately get to the playoffs? It wasn't Zach Wilson. It was Zach Wilson. How did Flacco do this year without Kevin Stefanski? Sometimes you're just in the perfect spot, man. How does Fitzpatrick, who sucked for most of his career, throw 31 touchdowns that 1 year with the Jets? Sometimes it just clicks. It's hard. Don't give me it wasn't Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson was god-awful. All right? We don't need to do the revisionist history on him. He's a third-string quarterback. The league spoke on Sam Darnold. He got a chance to play right away after the Jets. Went to Carolina as the starter. Zach Wilson couldn't get a backup job. He's the number 3 quarterback. I love the people who bring up, Jake, I thought they were a quarterback away. They were in 2023. Are we going to pretend like they didn't have a top 5 defense and top 5 special teams? Wasn't the same team this year. It's unfortunate. Because if Aaron Rodgers played the way he played this year in 2023, they win 10 or 11 games, and the playoff drought's not what it is. And Joe Douglas has a job right now. He's been extended. Robert Saleh's been extended. And who knows? Let's get to your calls, shall we? First up today on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is Mikey Midnight. What's up, Mikey?
Hey, how you doing, Jake? You're gonna have to be on for me today, right?
What's on for you?
You know, the funny guy.
Oh, Beast?
Yeah. He will come. Yeah, tell him to come on and talk to me, because remember I did, but he couldn't hear me.
You want to meet the Beast?
Yeah, it's funny.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, bring the Beast.
It's time.
Beast Breaker 666. He's the man who would kick your ass, and then he's gabagoo.
What's up, Beast?
Company tit hood. Bob face.
Hey,
No. I don't like this Mookie guy. I'm not sure. Not so sure. Let's not count our chickens yet. It's too early yet. Everything's early in the bout. It's only, what time is it? Almost 2 o'clock right now in New York? 1 o'clock here?
Yeah,
We got plenty of time.
Hey, Beast, say hi to Mikey Midnight.
¿Qué pasa there, Mikey Midnight? How are you doing, amigo?
Good. I'm Bobby's brother.
Yes, I've heard. And, well, I'm hoping Bobby's okay, because I know he's had a lot of anger the last couple of days, because we're all going through what is called a change in our systems.
He wants to get a job. He wants to get a job.
No, I know. I understand. It's not just us that are fighting for it. It's just, everything's all messed up these days. We just got to take it one day at a time. Just one. This Mookie's guy, not so sure.
Hey,
I'm
Beast,
not sure.
Say Moogie, 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 rocket everywhere.
Hey, Boogie, 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 rock around the world. Woo, 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 woo. Bam!
Yeah, I want Darren Moogie to be the GM now. I mean, I feel like we have to get him after that performance.
How about we do a little Trey of yo. Hey, Trey Brown, let's kick it in the house. It's Trey Brown, baby. He's in the house now. Let's kick it up. Let's wrap this party up tonight.
I like Trey Brown too.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
All right.
Now let's party, baby. It's 1999. Let's turn it up. It's getting hot in here. Come on, man. That song was a hot hit 26 years ago. No one remember that hit. Come on. Who don't remember that hit?
Hey, Mikey, what's up with your camera? You look like you're at a darkness retreat. I can't see you, Mikey.
Hey, Mikey, it's not 7 o'clock yet. It's only like, what is it, 2-something where you're at? It's sunny outside, for crying out loud. It's a beautiful day. Hey, don't make me sing Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Don't make me do it.
Mikey? Mikey, I don't even think he's
Mikey.
there. Mikey, call
Mikey,
back.
hello.
He's gone.
We lost him.
He's no
It's
longer
okay.
with us, Beast.
Give him a couple minutes. He'll be okay.
Will do.
It's just
Will
we're
do.
all going through bad times. That's okay. But this Mookie guy, I'm not too sure. I don't know where to put him because, and then there's rumor going around that Hackett is gone. Did you hear about that?
Well,
Hackett is gone.
he will be gone. He won't be back. Come on now. He won't be back.
He's a bum. He's weak. He couldn't even carry our backs. He doesn't even have the heart to do this job like we could do. I'm like, come on. If you were in the booth, I would have been yelling plays up to you like, hey, send me some plays down here. Give me some good ones. Don't give me some BS. Just give me some hard ones. Scare these guys down here. I mean, they're weak. I'm like, we're not the patsies. We're not the crumbling, bumbling, crying Bills. Wah, wah. And I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I know you're a Chiefs. I know you want the Chiefs to, bitch slap the Bills because you hate the Bills as much as I do. Am I right? Let's put a poll up. Who hates the Buffalo Bills? Put that poll up right now. Who hates them the most? Put it up. Put it up.
Hey, I'll run it, Beast. Now, let me get to the super chat from Big Phil. He says he's willing to give you another chance because of your interaction with Mikey Midnight.
In the words of Harry Stone, objection. And I feel good right now. I'm wearing my Sin City from Las Vegas and my
I love it.
Look good.
That looks good.
Hey, I look like a man's man. Plus, I'm feeling good right now. It's time for me to, get down, get funky like a monkey, old Dusty Road style. If nobody's not ready for this, let me just say one more thing loud and clear. It's January, folks. Let's enjoy the time. We got Knicks basketball. We got Rangers hockey to look forward to, and we got baseball coming up. Hey, how about those Mets, huh? How about the Yankees? Don't anybody talk about that? Come on now.
I'm ready
Let's
to go,
all stop
Beast.
crying.
Hey, Beast, real quick. All right, I got one question for you. 10 seconds or less. Give people some advice on this. What does it take to be great?
You got to work for it. You got to work real hard. You got to get off your ass every day, and you got to prove to yourself each day. Doesn't matter how hard you try, how hard you hit. You got to use this goddamn thing called a brain and move your feet. You just can't stand there like, I don't know. Like that pub commercial. Do you remember the old commercial where the guy has the hammer and he goes, I don't know what I'm doing, man. No, we're not going to have that. And for our boys this year, no more crying, no more whining. Get tough, get serious, because when we bring you here, you're going to work for your checks. You're all going to work for your checks. Jake works for his, everybody else is going to work for theirs. That's the bottom line. End of story. Nothing said. That's it. I'm done. Time for me to woo!
You know what time it is? A beast breaker, 666. I'm gonna take my fist and shove it up your ass, and then he gotta go.
Makes total sense to me what he was saying there. Absolutely. Well said. Well said. And he made those points in under 10 seconds. Well done, Beast. More of your calls. Jersey Joe is next. Hey, Jersey Joe.
What's going on, Jake?
What's up, man?
Listen, I'm convinced that you got Beastbreaker on your payroll behind the scenes because every time he comes on, somebody's donating 10 memberships. And
Not there. Not there. Look.
He's in the hole. And then all of a sudden, 10 memberships. He's out of the hole. Yep.
Love him or hate him, Jersey Joe. People have an opinion on him. Some want him here, some don't. But either way, he's a part of this show now. We'll see how his saga continues to unfold.
He's a character. I still need to know on his end how he thinks that we could get Andy Reid here, because every time he brings up Andy Reid, I'm like, okay, let's see it. Let's hear his theories, because he wants to be head coach. And oh my God, Beastbreaker. Let me tell you something, man. I'm sorry to break it to you. Andy Reid is the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, man. It happened a couple years ago. I don't know. The Chiefs, they're coming up. They're okay, but they ain't the Jets. I'm sorry, but
what if he's not the head coach of the Chiefs and he's somehow the Jet coach, Jersey Joe? Have you thought about that?
Well, that'd be, I'd be living in fantasy land, because I wish that Andy Reid was the coach of the Jets. But I mean, I don't know. So whatever. I'm gonna give I gotta give Glenn a chance here. So I commented earlier because I think that, you mentioned it. The Jets need, I think, if they're going to hire this Moogie guy, they definitely need to get a football op guy on top. Like, I don't know what they thought about Dimitrov or if he'd maybe be in that conversation or even the other two candidates that they got for GM to maybe come in and be an assistant. Like, are they work side by side? But if you're going a first-time coach and a first-time GM, I'm hoping that Woody and Chris in their little locked room, whatever, that they're talking about getting a football op guy in there because I think they're doing right by the Jets and that franchise. A lot of fans aren't happy about the non-experience, but I think that they don't, which is a good thing. They don't care what the fans think. I think, you got to get your franchise established, reset in a way, on that culture side. But I think that your best opportunity to set a good, step your foot forward in a good way by keeping Rodgers, you know what I mean? Keeping Devontae, win some games, like the Bills. You mentioned the Bills with Tyrod. Do that. You don't have to worry about the Super Bowl now. Change the culture, which we've been saying. Change the culture. Get to the playoffs.
The only way you could do that is by winning games, too. Like everyone talks about changing the culture. You know what helps culture change? Winning football games, man. Like, that's how it's done.
So you bring in a football guy just to, be that middle ground between Woody and I guess Woody's son, who's on Madden every day. I mean, oh, my God. Okay, so I could be the football ops guy if we're going off Madden. So let's, hit me up, Woody. I'll do it for free. I'll be your football guy. Just let me be on the practice field and I'll stand there like Joe Douglas did with my arms crossed and do nothing. But you know what? Other than that, that's it, Jake. Thanks, man. Have a good day.
Jersey Joe, you have a great day too, man. Appreciate it. Comments, questions, super chats. Mike D's Nuts says he clicked off once he saw Beastbreaker on the show. Hey, Mike. Look fast. Beastbreaker's back. And now he's gone. Red alert, baby. Super chats, cut the line around here. Open phone lines if you want in on the conversation. I'm going to try and go back to Mikey Midnight here, but I'm still seeing a black screen. Mikey, are you there? Mikey. Mikey. I guess he's not. Mikey, go to the kitchen. Barbarossa. It's electric. Moogie, Moogie, Moogie. Dude, PBM's rendition of Moogie, Moogie, Moogie yesterday was an all-timer. Anyway, open phone lines if you want in the conversation. Ace of Spades says, why do you prefer Brown over Moogie? I think he's got a better resume. He's worked for different organizations from people I've spoken to that know him. He's a really good GM candidate. I'll read you some intel I got from a front office person in the NFL on Trey Brown. Checks all the boxes, will surround himself with experience, great guy, high-level listener, and consensus builder. That to me is kind of what I want. And Moogie might be awesome, but I don't know. He's been with one organization the whole time. I like a guy with some diversity in their background. Speaking in a different industry, I think I'm a good talk show host because I went to Houston for 6 years. I've done local radio, national radio. I interned at Fox Sports Radio. I work for Sirius. I work locally for ESPN New York. I was a producer at WFAM before I went to Houston. I think I am a good host because I've had a lot of different experiences and know how to do everything behind the scenes. I know how to make my own graphics, edit my own social clips. I know how to upload stuff to YouTube. You know how many people in my business don't even know how to upload a goddamn podcast? It's pathetic. How many people in my business don't know how to make a thumbnail or post a clip to Instagram or TikTok or a YouTube short? These are foreign terms to people. So I like people that could do everything. I've always related to people that have put in the work and have a bunch of different experiences. And that, to me, is more Trey Brown than Moogie, but Moogie might be awesome. Sean Payton likes him. So, I am going to defer to Aaron Glenn and give whoever they hire a chance, but I've heard better things about Trey Brown than the other two candidates. Let's see. Jack says, where is the diva, Bobby Midnight? We haven't heard from Bobby. Now, Bobby Midnight did reach out, and he did apologize for the wild back and forth 2 days ago on the show, for those who saw that live. But I haven't heard from him since. Ladies and gentlemen, we haven't heard from Bobby Midnight, but I believe we have Mikey Midnight back. Mikey, stop what you're doing. Don't touch anything. Stay right there. We can see you. Oh, no. Mikey. Mikey. Oh, he's back in the hole. Mikey, are you there? Mikey.
You know, thinking is overrated.
No Mikey. Sad. King Niger, the Jets and the Jags, the only team still looking for a GM. Yes. As of right now. And the Saints are the only team that's looking for a head coach. Jets, Aaron Glenn. Bears, Ben Johnson. Jaguars, Liam Cohen. Raiders, Pete Carroll. Cowboys, Brian Schottenheimer, baby. Doesn't sound like Rex is going to be the DC there. There's a report that Matt Eberflus is their target, which would be a good hire, by the way. But how great would that have been if Rex was the DC for Shotty? Cowboys would be my NFC team. I'd root for them every game except when they play the Jets next year. And then the Patriots, Mike Vrabel. Those are the coaches that have been hired. We're just waiting on the Saints. I think it's going to be Mike McCarthy or Joe Brady, so we'll see. Rowan Marshall with a super chat. More concerned with the OC than GMAT at this stage. I think you mean you're more concerned with the offensive coordinator than the GM this stage. When do you reckon we'll hear coaching positions? That will start to trickle in next week. You'll start to hear about that. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line, raffle entries. We are seeking them. Signed Garrett Wilson jersey. Signed. I have all the jerseys right here, so I don't even need to show you the pictures. Signed Joe Klecko jersey. Hall of Fame inscription, which makes it even more valuable and expensive. Garrett Wilson jersey is right here. It is signed as well. So we got that for you. Plus, Brees Hall signed card. The Aaron Glenn card actually arrived right before this show. I got to go pick it up from my doorman downstairs in my building. And then I've added another prize, as promised, signed CJ Mosley trading card. So you guys support me, and we can keep upping the prizes. So appreciate everyone for their support. We've had a monster month, man. Super chat from Henny. He cuts the line. Just want to point out, anyone upset about Glenn's defense giving up 38 points, Dan Quinn's defense gave up 48 his last game in Dallas. Look at him now. Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. You can't, I'm not judging Aaron Glenn on that last game. That's silly. Good or bad. It's a different job, right? I think Aaron Glenn has a chance. I think Robert Saleh was a better defensive coordinator if you look at it than Aaron Glenn. But I think Aaron Glenn has more qualities to be a better head coach than maybe Saleh does. Like, it's not the same role. And I'll give you the best example of this, right? Because I was in Houston when this happened. Mike Vrabel, look at what his defense was with the Texans his last year as the DC there. I am pretty sure they were either 30 or 32nd. They were awful. And then the Titans hired him. And Texans fans were like, he stinks. Our defense was awful. It's a different job, man. Mike Vrabel's a leader. Hired a good staff. Built a plan to win. Like, these are different jobs. Like, it's such an inexact science because seemingly to become a head coach, you have to be a successful coordinator. But to be a good head coach, you don't necessarily had to have been a successful coordinator, you know? But that's the only way you could get the – so you don't know. So it's one of those things, man. Ladies and gentlemen, The big fella is on the line. Big fella, how are you?
Good, man. Good. Can I talk to Beast for a minute, please?
Oh, uh-oh. Wait, before
No,
you do that, did you check your mail today? Your Super Bowl III ring arrived.
Oh, I didn't check it. I'll go check it after this.
Well, congrats on winning
This isn't a rumble. This is I just want to clear the air.
Beast, are you there? I guess we're going to find out.
Beast Breaker 666. He's the man who would kick your ass, and then he's gabagoo.
Beast,
Give me a minute.
Hey.
Like I want to. Like I really want. I already said no. You're objected.
No.
You are objected.
No, I want to say something.
you're ejected, big fella.
I want to say something to you.
I'm not going to yell and scream and put up with this puke today because
I'm not here to yell at you.
You are objected. You're objected.
Bro.
You're done. You are done, deal.
I just want to tell you, you've done a good job in the past 2 calls that you've had. You've done well the past 2 calls that you've had. I like the way you've interacted with Bobby and with Mikey. I think you've done a good job the past 2 calls. I'm just saying, keep it up.
In Harry Stone's courtroom, you're all right. You are welcomed here. All right, this case is done. 5-minute recess, people. Let's go get some.
You know what time it is? A Beast Breaker 666. I'm gonna take my fist and shove it up your ass, and then he gabagoo.
Well, that was good.
That was pretty good. I feel like there was some ground made.
Hey, listen, all I'm asking is for him not to get any flags on this channel. We'll be fine. You know, that's it.
We all could get along around here. We're all Jets. We're all on the same team.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's all I'm trying to do. You know, that's all I'm trying to do. He's got to keep the racial stuff off the channel, and we'll be.
I
good.
got nervous when he started rapping again. I'm like, please don't say
so
a word
did
I can't say. I was like,
So did
please.
So did I. But yeah.
Mike D's Nuts writes in, big fella, this moron doesn't deserve your time and attention. He's clearly an idiot. Would you like to respond to Mike D's Nuts?
Well, I kind of see good in people, you know, and you know, not everybody has, you know, the faculties that everybody else has. So I'm just trying to, you know, make things right. You know, just trying to get everybody to get along. Everybody should be able to enjoy the show peacefully and, you know, be you know, decent to each other. That's all.
I mean, big fella, I think that's well said. And look, at the end of the day, you are the warden of the hole. So things run through you down there. All right.
Hey, kudos to you, man, for not falling into that Josina Anderson thing.
I say this and I'll say it again. When I go on the air with things, I'm only bringing up things that I deem to be credible. I'm not saying Josina's not credible. She has broken stories. But when she's the only one that had it, and then we got past 5 minutes, I knew something was up right away because that's not how it works. If the Jets had hired a GM, every reporter on the beat and every national person, their job is to then confirm the original report, and none of them did. So I knew something was up.
They would have announced it.
Yep.
You know? So yeah, no, I get it. But it was good on you. I saw a lot of other content creators saying that Moogie was the GM, and that's not the case as of now. So good job, man.
He might end up being the GM. It just hasn't happened yet, you know?
Right. Exactly. But it's always better to get something right than to be first, you know? That's the key with, you know, journalism. You have to get the story right. It doesn't matter if you're first. I mean, it's nice, but you have to get the story correct.
Yeah, because now, think about it. Anytime Josina tweets something, if it's Jet related, people are going to be like, are you sure? Or no way.
Exactly. But like I said, that's why you're number one on YouTube, my man.
I appreciate it, big fella. Good call. Hey, call back after you put on that Super Bowl ring. It should have arrived.
All right, I will, man. I got big fingers, so I don't know if it'll fit, but maybe a pinky ring. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we'll go on the big fella pinky right here.
That's it. I love it. Yeah. All right. Take care, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the big fella. Love it. Open phone lines if you want in. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. Mikey Midnight.
Yeah.
Mikey, are you there? Whoa. I hear
You
Mikey.
hear me?
Yeah, don't touch anything.
I hear you.
Put your hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Let me see them. Don't touch. There it is.
Yeah, I think I refreshed it.
You look good, Mikey.
Yeah, how you doing, Jake?
I'm good, Mikey. How are you?
I like to talk to Big Fellow. I remember at the football game.
Yeah, I
He's a
remember
nice
you guys
guy.
met each other.
Yeah, we loved him. The whole family is nice. And I was happy to see you there, Jake. You're the
It was a great time, Mikey. You were awesome.
Yeah, I think B should be the next GM. He will
You want
give
Beast
it-
to be
he
the
will-
GM?
Yeah, so he'd steal Woody Johnson out of his pants. Yeah, that'd be so cool. Yeah, that'd be funny. He would
I love
take
it.
down the whole. He would take the whole Jets down. He's gonna put him in bally bags. Yeah, one
I
by
love it.
one.
I love it. Now,
But I
Mikey,
think
let me ask you this: Are you wearing suspenders with that polo there? What a look!
Yeah, I have my suspenders. I had to keep my pants up. They don't fall down. Yeah, like it. I have
That's
my
great.
Jets hat on. And my cat thinks the Jets and Detroit in the Super Bowl next year.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you think so? Yeah, I think so.
I'll sign
too,
for that.
next
That'd
year.
be nice.
I think it's gonna be Washington and Kansas City in the Super Bowl. And Washington's gonna win 27-21.
Wow.
Yeah. You think so? I think so too.
Look, they could. I think any of the 4 teams left could legitimately win the whole thing, which is exciting.
Right?
Uh-oh. Mikey, no. He's back to the dark side. Mikey Midnight. At least we got a call with him, though. It was short-lived, but it was tremendous. Hey, Beast, what do you think about being the GM?
Wow. What would I do to be GM? Oh, my God. The first thing I would hire you first. Get Trey Brown, get Rex, get McCarthy, and a special surprise. I'm
Andy
not going to reveal it.
Andy Reid?
That's a maybe. I'm not going to reveal it just yet.
You know what time it is? A beast breaker, 666. I'm gonna take my fist and shove it up your ass, and then he gotta go.
Beast, well said. Open phone lines for anyone who wants in on the conversation here. I'm on Mad Dog Sports Radio today from 4 to 8 Eastern. So the second I end the show is likely when they hire the GM. Now, I will say this. I thought for sure it was going to happen when I ended the show last night, and it didn't. It's like one of the rare times I was like, wow, I actually got to have a night and not be live. Gator writes in, have the Jets done nearly enough to sell tickets for 2025, assuming no, what splash is needed to put asses in the seats? I don't know if there's a splash they can make, Gator. Like, fans might just buy in because, it's Aaron Glenn, give it a chance. I think if Rodgers is the quarterback, more people are interested, which is a fact. It's Aaron Rodgers. But I don't think there's any move they can make that's going to electrify the fan base like acquiring Rodgers did 2 years ago. It shouldn't even be about that. They got to just win games. That will put fans in the seats. If there's progress. This team wins more than, 7 games for the first time in a decade. Our first big super chat of the day is in, baby. NYC to SRQ. $20, which is 5 raffle entries. Thank you, NYC. Appreciate your support. We need more of Mikey Midnight. Convince him to call in every time. I agree. I'd love Mikey Midnight to call in. The problem is he's had some issues getting connected. We've had some internet connection issues, but when Mikey's on, he's electric. And I think Mikey is firmly in the Asmaniac tournament now. And the question is going to be, how far could Mikey Midnight go? Jet Nation says, how risky is it that the Jets are letting Aaron Glenn with zero experience call the shots? Very. It was risky for Kyle Shanahan, but it worked. So it does work if you get the right person. That's why I want some experience, man. Like, if we're going to do the first-time head coach, why couldn't Dimitrov been the GM? I don't get it. Hopefully, Rick Spielman is the director of football ops. So leave the 33rd team and take on a role with the Jets. Jason wants a Mikey versus Bobby in the first round. See, the problem with that is Bobby's probably a 1 or a 2 seed, right? We think Mikey Midnight's going to be a 15 or a 16 seed? Maybe. I'm not on the committee, so I don't know their thoughts. I'm just overseeing it. Beastbreaker wants to know what seed he is. That's going to be an interesting one. You know, we have Boomtown in the chat, Rich is in the chat, Tom's in the chat. You know, they're the ones that decide that, B. So keep bringing it with your calls. Make sure you don't say any rap lyrics that are inappropriate. Comment anything bad, and you'll have a chance. You know, I'd love to go to more calls right now, but I have no one on the line. So call in if you want in, and let's do a poll right now. Who do Jet fans want to be the GM? I'm going to run it up. Let's see. Who do you want to be the Jets GM? We're going to give you 3 options. 3 remaining candidates. Darren Moogie. Moogie, can't you see? Either that one or Moogie, Rocket Everywhere. What's the better theme song? We'll leave that to Gator. Darren Moogie. Trey Brown. Lance is not going to get the job. Doesn't sound like, but we'll put him in anyway. Lance Newmark. Run it up the poll. Poll is live. Daz writes in. Beastbreaker will be the first seed if he gobbles enough goo. Maybe. A lot of gobble on the line. Brandon says, if you want Darren Moogie, you are a fool. How would you know that, Brandon? What do you know about Darren Moogie? CJ, add none of the above. Unfortunately, I did not. I was going to add a 4th option, Beastbreaker, but I did not. More of your calls right now. Let's say hello to Jason in Jerusalem. Hello, Jason.
Hey, Jake. Beast as GM reminds me of George Costanza deciding how he could get Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr. on the Yankees.
It's kind of wild.
Do you remember that episode?
Yeah, Seinfeld's one of my favorite shows. It's wild, man. I really thought we'd have a GM by now, especially on Tuesday when they had Glenn and Newmark in the building together. To think it's now Saturday afternoon, there's still no GM is a little surprising.
Yeah, and somebody new, joined the market like Slowick did in Houston. Reevaluate who's going to be the OC. Anybody get fired?
Slowick is terrible. I don't want him.
No, I'm saying like all of a sudden now because Trent Baalke's available, like hold the presses. Maybe we want Baalke. Who's new that's suddenly got them to reevaluate?
Yeah, I doubt it's Baalke.
Hope not, but the Jets have burnt me well before. But these choices definitely they don't excite the fan base, shall we say?
No, they definitely don't.
Yeah,
I want Trey Brown. He'd be the one I'd pick out of the 3.
Yeah, if you could do well in Cincy with all the budget cuts and have to do the job of 3 guys because
I like his resume. He's been around. He was in the AAF as a big decision maker there. He was with New England, Cincinnati. Like, I don't know, just like I've heard more good things about him from talking to people than the other 2 guys. So he's my choice.
Yeah, the other guy, you have a career Detroit guy who spent 1 year outside the organization and a career Denver guy that only saw success when Peyton came in.
Exactly. So it's like, I'll take the guy who's been with different owners, different types of front office structures, been in a startup league. Yeah, I like diversity with my candidates, different experiences.
Yeah. Maybe they're looking at some CFL candidates to see who else they have.
Well, that's why I like Dimitrov too. I mean, he started his career as a scout in the CFL and worked his way all the way up. So I like him.
All right, so, but seriously, what do you have against Slowick as OC?
He was awful.
Work out of-
He was awful. I trust me. I know a lot of what's not been reported about that situation. The players lost complete faith in him. He lost Stroud. He's got like little man syndrome. I was told. Like, He has like
Okay.
little guy energy. That's how this was described to me by someone who's very in on what's happening there. They would get their asses kicked in second halves of games. Like he's just not very good. I don't think he's a good OC. Like I think last year he got away with a lot because the league didn't figure out tendencies yet, and Stroud played unreal. Slowick would be a disaster hire.
So you think he's Brian Leftwich 2.0? That once he leaves his OC, he'll get a few HC interviews, he'll get fired, and then all of a sudden he'll want to have a job in the league?
I don't know. I also don't know Slowick personally, but just talking to people that are around there, like you don't want him. Trust me. Like these people telling me this stuff. I mean, I've been anti-Slowick all year, so it's not like I was probably the only one who wasn't surprised he got fired yesterday. Everyone's like, "What? Bobby Slowick?"
What was Cody's take?
Cody wrote an article a month ago, 50 offensive coordinator names to watch when the Texans fire Bobby Slowick. Had it ready to go and dropped it yesterday. So Cody was expecting it.
Okay.
50 names this man put together, which I've been referencing with the Jet search because he sent it to me.
Did he throw in like a few extra ones, like Matt Nagy's Ghost or something like that?
Adam
Jimmy Hoff
Gase,
is
Peacebreaker, Mikey Midnight. Why do you think Slowick is good? Rick Kemp makes a great point.
I mean, the question is, how do you judge OCs? You usually judge them based upon their results.
Yeah, the results were not good this year.
I mean, the results tailed off. I mean, they're still a playoff team.
Yeah, but
They
not
still
because
succeeded.
of him. Not because of him. Look at their offense. Look at their regression. Bobby Slowick lost to the Jets twice. Doesn't that alarm you?
I mean, he lost to the Jets twice.
I mean,
you could say the same thing about Stroud.
The
You could
Jet,
say the same
Jet
thing about
defense, which sucked this year, played probably their best game of the season against Houston and C.J. Stroud in that game.
2 years ago it was rain. The pouring rain there.
Yeah, well, 2 years ago, I mean, to be fair, Stroud got knocked out of that game. Before that, they lost Tank Dell previously. I think Nico Collins got hurt that week. But whatever.
Zach Wilson played out of his mind.
My point is, Bobby Slowick was not thought to be a good OC. So I'm taking the word of people who watch every game and what I have seen watching the Texans, and now what I have heard from talking to someone that is very close to it. I don't think he'd be a good hire for the Jets. I don't want him. Also, I think people around the league know this too, because the Jets were the only team to request him for an interview. So if the league thought he was doing such a good job, then how come the Jets were the only team that requested him after his first season with Stroud? I think like every team with an opening put in a request to talk to the guy.
Exactly. I don't know. I'm asking. I'm just trying to hear what you have to say about this.
Would you like to respond to Robert, who says you have terrible takes?
I have terrible takes. I ask. I don't give takes.
Mike D's Nuts says Jason likes to argue. Is this true, Jason? Do you like to argue?
No, not at all. I very much agree with you, Mike. Oh, wait. Am I supposed to argue? Am I supposed to agree? That's kind of like a catch-22 there.
Wow. Mike says you're NIT material. Now, I wouldn't go that far, Mike. I think Jason is a valued member of our show and belongs in the tournament.
I used to think that NIT actually stood for not in tournaments. That it was like the insult to all those that didn't make the regular. And then when I found out that what was the team? CCNY. They actually won both. I'm like, how could you win both? The other one literally is not in tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, the NIT was like a bigger deal than the NCAA tournament, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's why the whole CCNY thing. I mean, it killed the whole thing.
Yeah,
especially
that was the
basketball in New York City.
Point shaving, right? It was rigged, right? I remember
exactly.
That. Yeah.
It was like 2 Jews and 3 African Americans on the team, and they're all like 3 or 4 of them ended up going to jail. It was really the one to end all of them, of course, until the next one.
Wow, JM2 thinks you're the next Allen.
All right, we're just going to keep on reading the chat here. Are we that bored here on a Saturday? Nothing else to report?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, there's no GM. I'm repeating the same stuff from yesterday. Nothing's changed. I'm on the radio for 4 hours starting at 4 today. Yeah, this is what I'm doing here.
Who did you like? I haven't even seen you do this, but did you look at the nominees for the Frick Award, Ford C. Frick Award for the best announcer who's going to get honored this year? Some really great nominees, but they went for the Cleveland guy. But among the nominees, they had Dave Sims, John Sterling, Gary Cohn, and the guy from San Francisco, Dwayne
Kiper. Dwayne Kiper.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see.
How would you
I
rank
think
those
John
guys?
Sterling should be in, though.
You think John Sterling should be in? As a Mets fan, that bothers the heck out of me. I could not handle
He's the best.
Sterling.
We love Sterling. Part of the furniture.
Yeah, exactly. You just sit him down the corner. Hope he doesn't break suddenly. All right, Jake. Grab another caller. See if Beast wants to come back on.
Jason, appreciate the time. Thank you very much. I don't have Beastbreaker, but I do have Purple Belt Mike. Hello, Mike.
Yo, is there any update to who Glenn would want on his staff yet?
It's the same names. There's been nothing new reported.
Did Hackett get fired?
No.
Or not yet?
I mean, he will. I don't think he'll be
But
back.
he will. He's going to replace the entire staff, right? You think?
Most of it. I mean, if Hackett is back, it's in the same role he has now, which is the director of getting coffee, which is fine. If he wants to do that, more power to him.
All right. I was just curious. I wasn't sure if there was anything else regarding that.
How's that hoodie? Is it comfortable?
It is. I'm glad you told me to go up a size because it does run because this fits perfect.
Yeah. If you're going to buy a hoodie from jakeasman.com, if you're a medium, go large. If you're a large, go XL, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jake. That's all I had.
You sound very wiped out today, Mike. Where's the energy?
Where's
your Glenergy? It's supposed to be at 9,000.
I was playing Mario with my wife all night, so I'm tired.
You were playing Mario with your wife.
Yeah.
Now that can mean a couple things here.
Yeah.
What?
No, we were playing,
yeah, go ahead.
We were playing the Super Mario Wonder. It's one of the newer Super Mario games. It's a lot of fun. Then we did a little bit of Mario Kart.
How do I word this?
Any extracurricular?
No. I was gonna ask that. Were you tossing around any red shells? Any banana peels? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Couple Mike, stars.
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
I see. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'll end this call with a simple message.
Hey, congrats on the sex.
Congrats to you, Mike. How about that? His wife and him playing Mario. That's pretty cool. Purple Belt Mike. What a guy. More of your calls right now. The guy who got our first raffle entry today. Where are all the raffle entries today? No one wants signed stuff? I guess not. Hold on. I'll get to this guy's call in a second. I just saw this from John. The solid Glenn comparison is valid, but success is partially just luck. If Zach Wilson hits, Saleh's story plays out different. Who's the quarterback after Aaron? I agree. It's going to come down. Look, if they don't go quarterback now, like in 2025, and Aaron's back for one more year, it buys Glenn a year and whoever the new GM is, but they're going to have to go and get a quarterback. That's just how it goes. Anyway, NYC 2SRQ is next. What's up, my friend?
Hey, what's up there, Jake? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. So you want more Mikey Midnight. That's what you want.
Oh, more Mikey Midnight, 100%. 100%. Mikey Midnight definitely brings the vibe in the chat room and also in the whole show. So I like Bobby Midnight too, but I feel like Mikey brings a better vibe. So that's just my take.
Bobby's gone Hollywood a little bit. Mikey is still at the, he's still kind of just working his way, into all of it. He's still new to the universe.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Hey, I want to ask you for your take here. I was listening to show yesterday on FS1, I believe it was FS1, with Keyshawn, and he was saying that he's really close with Aaron Glenn, and that Aaron Glenn is no way going to take Aaron Rodgers because he's not going to want the quarterback to make decisions. And so what's your take on with Keyshawn? And then two, the second thing I want to make sure is I'm with you with Brown. I don't like the other candidates for the GM. And as far as the OC is concerned, I forgot what the gentleman's name is, but I definitely want the guy from the Rams. So that's my take in regards to that, the OC. But I think we have a new regime coming in. I think we have to be very positive as Jet fans. There's nothing else to look except to go up because we've been in the basement for 14 years. So the only way to look is go up. Unfortunately, the last super chat, the guy was right. If we hit on Wilson, Salah's story is a lot different, right? But unfortunately, that whole draft class stunk it up. So it didn't matter which quarterback you take during that class. So that's just my take. But if we don't take Aaron Rodgers, I would definitely go after the guy from Pittsburgh, I'm messing up with the names here. Not Wilson, the other guy,
Fields?
Fields. Yeah,
Yeah.
Justin Fields. That would be my take. Hopefully, he can have a Sam Darnold type of season. Who knows, right? But the NFL is leaning that way. The quarterback that also that also has running abilities, right? And Justin Fields is a perfect example of that. He can do that, right? So that would be my take on who the quarterback should be for next year for the Jets. I definitely want Aaron Rodgers back, but based on what Keyshawn Johnson is saying, Aaron Glenn is not going to take him back. I don't.
Here's what I'll tell you though, NYC. I appreciate the call. Keyshawn's given his opinion on what he thinks Glenn would do. He hasn't talked to Aaron Glenn that often. A guy who does talk to Aaron Glenn is Victor Green. Victor Green told Ryan Sampson and Frankie V on the Gangs All Here podcast with the Post that he thinks Aaron's going to be the quarterback. He thinks Glenn's going to want Aaron. So, we don't know. But the point is Keyshawn is just opining. I would value Victor Green's opinion more because he's actually regularly in touch with Glenn. So, I don't know. I hope Aaron Glenn, him and Rodgers speak, and that's the direction they go in. But we'll see. I don't think we know just yet. There's also a financial component to this, too, with the contract stuff. And also, Aaron's got to want to play, too, which he hasn't said definitively he does. So we'll see. NYC, I see you going like this. You got another point?
One more point. So I'm 100% right with you going with Aaron Rodgers. But what do you think of bringing in Justin Fields, signed to a 2-year deal, let him learn under Aaron Rodgers, and then after the year 2, you draft your quarterback in 2026 if you feel you need to take another quarterback since Justin Fields is young and he is that kind of that Russian quarterback where all the teams are leaning to that going forward. And I'll leave it at that. And thank you very much for giving me my second chance of a call.
You got it. I appreciate it, NYC. Thanks for the super chat earlier. Here's the problem with that idea. Justin Fields is going to have options probably to start right away. So I don't know if he's coming to the Jets to be Rodgers' backup. I don't see it. I think Justin Fields, one, he might just stay in Pittsburgh. And there's other teams that need quarterbacks. The Giants could say, you're our starter. We don't know if we're going to be able to get a quarterback. We're picking 3 in a 2-quarterback draft. They could both be gone. Mimosa wants to know, how soon do I think they make a decision on Aaron? I think it's done before the Combine. Because I think Combine's kind of like the first big event of the upcoming season. Everyone is there around the league. Literally everyone. I feel like they'll want to have an idea what they're doing with Rodgers before then. Combine, for those who don't know, is the last week of February. Big fella says, I got the ring. It's awesome. It fits on my pinky. A little tight, but workable. Thank you, and keep up the good work. What you need, big fella, is one of those display ring holders. They're really cheap. You get one on Amazon for $10. Oh, he's got it. Hold on. Big fella's still on hold. I didn't see this. There it is. Look at that ring.
There it is.
Tremendous. Looks good.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah. This would be cool for a display, and I'll show you the other thing I have too. Hold on.
Okay.
You get one of these. Oh, no. Oh, no. It didn't break, but I forgot I didn't attach it all the way. Anyway, one of these cheap little display boxes here.
That's cool, man.
For a ring.
Right, maybe I'll get one of those. I'll think about it.
That's where I keep my Derek Jeter 09 ring, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go Yanks.
Let's hope we get another one of these suckers.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Big fella, you're the man. Appreciate you.
You're the man. All
right. All right. Keep coming with your calls here. Probably go for another at least 15 minutes or so. We'll see. I'm on the air at 4. Let's get to more of your calls. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we all will be united behind this guy. Chiefs fan.
It's Chiefs fan.
Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches.
It's Chiefs fan.
I'm just going to rub my hands together all day.
It's Chiefs fan.
There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch.
Let's hear it for Chiefs fan.
Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Jake, for pulling me on. I'm going to go out to eat with friends in here in a bit and go watch One of Them Days.
Are you excited?
Yeah. I've seen good reviews on it with Rotten Tomatoes and whatever this popcorn thing is. Rotten Tomatoes 94, and whatever this popcorn thing is 91%. So
Hey, what type of popcorn do you like? What toppings on it? Butter?
I'm the type of guy, they don't have it anymore. I would go for the jalapeno seasoning on top and then the spicy cheese seasoning, but they don't do that anymore in the theaters.
Really?
This is back in the 2000s when they would just give you chemicals that your body shouldn't be ingesting in those powders.
I see.
Yeah, we're gonna go out to eat at McDonald's. Make it fast.
Little Big Mac?
Actually, I'm just gonna take advantage of the buy one get one free double cheeseburger and just get a large fry and a large Sprite.
Really?
Yeah. Since
That's exciting.
since I'm gonna be cooking wings tomorrow, I'm going to be baking them instead of frying them. I wanted to fry them, but I decided not to do the oil. My friend told me if you want, you can bake them and then put a little butter, not that much butter in, and then you could give them a little char in the pan.
Like the same butter that Gary
Yeah.
frequently consumes?
Yeah. Or Bobby.
Bobby as well, yep.
Yep. I'm just glad that you guys are behind me, other than Alan, but we know Alan's the one who flew over the cuckoo's nest. If you all get that reference, you're pretty amazing.
Oh, we're amazing, all right.
And that's a very, very wild book, by the way. So I really hope we win tomorrow. And if we can't finish the job, we got to root for NFC teams. I'm hoping we can finish the job. I would love to three-peat. A lot of people want a Bills Commanders Super Bowl. I say ixnay on that. I want a Chiefs Commanders Super Bowl.
What is your confidence level in the game tomorrow, Chiefs fan?
It was 75% going into the week, and now it's like 70. Because seeing more and more, like even though we got more back, it's just the fact that like the Bills have been up and down this year. They got blown out by the Ravens, and then they play a closer game. They got a rookie defensive player and over a veteran. Von Miller is not that good, but Von Miller can still be deadly. My
Chiefs
team's
fan, do you think the
O-line
referees
isn't that
tomorrow will
good.
be on your side?
I hope so. I hope so. Like, if it's a Chiefs Commanders Super Bowl, it's a Chiefs Super Bowl. If it's Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl, it's up in the air. I just want us to three-peat. And after we three-peat, I don't care if we win for the next 5 years. If we three-peat and make history, that's all that I want.
Boo-hoo. You've only seen, at that point, 4 Super Bowls if you three-peat.
Yes.
And if you don't three-peat, you've only seen 3 Super Bowls the last 5 years.
Yes. If we don't three-peat, we have to become communists for the commies or bleed a different type of green for the Eagles. We do not want to see the Bills fans happy. Not at all.
No, definitely not.
No. Especially with the comments that one of the OCs made about Al Qaeda last year or some shit like that. We do not want to see them being happy. I rather the Denver My Little Ponies or the LA Phone Chargers, or I'm gonna go raid your freaking stream Raiders win a Super Bowl before the Bills. And those are all my rivals. And the insults I come up with the Denver My Little Ponies, I've been saying that since I was 5 years old.
I see.
I never liked Denver. I've never liked Denver, and I never liked LA. But I'm just hoping that we could win. Yeah. And the Denver My Little Pony reference was I got that insult from my uncle who hated them. Diehard Giants fan who hated them.
Strong.
The one who passed was a Giants fan, but he also had showed no hatred towards the Jets because he viewed anything but Buffalo winning the football championship as a win for the city of New York.
I see.
So yeah,
Well,
he was
Chiefs
the
fan.
Yankee fan that took me to all those games when I was growing up from over the years.
Hey, Chiefs fan, have a Big Mac on me today, all right?
I will.
All right, you got it.
It's Chiefs fan.
Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches.
It's Chiefs fan.
I'm just going to rub my hands together all day.
It's Chiefs fan.
There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch.
Let's hear it for Chiefs fan.
Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill.
More of your calls right now. No way. No way. More calls right now. South End is next. What's up, South End?
Jake, what's going on, my brother?
Not
What are you
much.
laughing about? I must have missed it. I'm riding in the car. What the hell are you laughing about?
We just all got a live shot of Beastbreaker reviewing the tape.
Oh, I haven't seen him in a minute. I ain't missed him. I can't lie. I haven't missed him.
He's a big fan of yours.
So it got leaked. Glenn wants Rogers. Is that true, or we don't know?
There's rumblings of that, but no one knows for sure.
Yeah, still no Moogie. Moogie rocking everywhere.
No Moogie, no Brown, no Newmark. I don't think Newmark's. I think we're down to Moogie and Brown, but there's been nothing.
Yeah. My cousin's a big Redskins fan. He says Newmark's good. He says Newmark was instrumental in their draft this year. I don't know how true that is, but he's a diehard like us, so I kind of believe him.
I mean, is he going to say, oh, I said, hey, we got to take Jaden Daniels? Like,
Yeah, that's a no-brainer, huh? Yeah. So yeah, we went to a soup stroll today. We went all around the city down here, paid $1 at each restaurant, got soups in the street and shit.
Wow. How was it?
Yeah, it was dope, bro. I had seen a lot of Bills fans. I was talking that shit, I got the throwback. So
That's a sweet jacket.
thank you, bro. That was the homage, or yeah, I think it was on homage. I got it last year.
Yeah,
so.
100%.
Hell yeah, bro. I've been trying to call in the last couple of days, but I've been in the car and shit, so I keep hanging up before I get on. But appreciate you taking me, man. Fucking hopefully the future's looking good for us. A lot of Jets fans that I see in public excited about Glenn, so we'll see,
Yeah,
I
think people are excited. It's just, you never know with any first timer. I mean, he's qualified. Hopefully he does a good job. That's kind of where we're at.
Yeah. Can't get my hopes up. We're gonna like Missouri, the show me state,
100%. 100%.
So appreciate you, Jay. Keep doing your thing, man.
South End, keep crushing it, my friend. Good job. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. I'm on the radio in an hour, so we're starting to wind down the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy doesn't call often. And when he does, it's always fantastic. The great Rick Kent is on the line. What's up, Rick?
Hey, Jake. It's been a while since I called in. I figured since I had the time, I may as well. But I wanted to thank you. I just ordered one of those nice ring boxes for my Super Bowl ring, which is way too big for me. I have, I'm not a big giant like the big fella who's a legend. But I got the ring. If I put that on my pinky, it would be ridiculous. But
I love it. There's good displays on Amazon for the ring stuff, man.
I just bought one for $10. It's got a little peg in the middle that the ring sits on. Oh yeah, that's the same one.
Yep, it's good. It's once you adjust it, like if it's in a spot where it's like you're not moving it, it's perfect. You just place it on.
Yeah, I have a shelf to put it on. I wouldn't. I'm going to put it right under my Joe Namath signed football, by the way, which he signed for me personally. When I met him years and years ago in the early 90s, it says on it, "Hey, Rick, all the best to you, number 12, Joe Namath." So
that's awesome.
This will go right next to it on the shelf. I was going to call. I missed the whole show, so I didn't know if they hired anybody, but, South End asked all the right questions. So now have they even made a statement or nothing?
Nothing. The latest report was this morning. I saw Samini say that they're still going through it, and that was at 7:55 a.m. local time, and there's been nothing, and it's now 3 Eastern, so there's been absolutely nothing today that's been new.
Wow. The only other thing I had to say was a message for Jason in Jerusalem, my landsman out there. He should be less worried about Bobby Slowick and worried about consoling that Buffalo fan son of his after the Bills choke tomorrow.
That's a good point. Let's hope. Let's hope they
Yeah,
choke.
the annual choke is on. I'm not trying to get into any tournaments. I don't care about Beast Breaker. I don't care about anybody. I just wanted to say hi to you, Jake, because it's been a while since I talked to you.
Rick, you're the man. Great call.
You're the
And,
man.
ladies and gentlemen, the great Rick Kent. Rick's awesome. He was out in London with us at all our events. So that's cool. Rick's on the West Coast, so it's tough for him to call. Appreciate that. Big fella, super chats. Rick Kent is the legend of Asmania. I agree. Rick started on a game show, by the way. Rick, put the link in the chat if you can. People can see Rick Kent on a game show back in the day. I won't spoil which one. There's a guy on hold right now that is very controversial. I don't know if we're going to be able to see him on camera, though, because I'm seeing a white screen. I'm just going to play it, and if someone sends him to the hole, so be it.
B-Mac, look at my TV. B-Mac, I love Aaron Rodgers. Jets, go Jets.
B-Mac?
Hey, Jake.
Are you in the hole already?
I just want to ask you a question real quick.
Are you in the hole, B-Mac?
Do you think Rodgers is a distraction?
Your internet sucks, B-Mac. Are you in the hole? Yes or no?
No.
It kind of looks like you are.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
This is just for you, but do you think Rodgers is a distraction?
Say that again.
Do you think Rodgers is a distraction?
It's hard to hear someone in the hole.
Do you think Rodgers is a distraction?
Peter Castro says women beater.
Peter Castro, why? I'm not gonna respond. I'm gonna take Big Fella's advice. I'm gonna talk about football. All
Rick
right.
Kent says, "Go away, loser."
So go ahead and send in your chat. Did you get my question, Jake?
Rick Kent says, "Go away, loser."
Jake, did you get my question?
Oscar the Grouch. B-Mac truly needs to just retire.
Did you get my
Jets Johnny? Get this fraud Bernard off my screen. I can't even see B-Mac. Are you there, B-Mac?
Yeah, I'm here.
Beast Breaker says,
Jet
please
Johnny,
send this
screw
airhead
you.
to the toilet.
Well, I just want to say, go Bulls. You know what I mean? You for the Chicago Bulls.
What's the food like in the hole?
The food like in Hole?
Yeah.
It's like prison food.
Have you been to prison?
The food, yeah, it's like prison food, man. Come on. Nobody don't want to be in there. No. And I don't want to go.
J Quest says, B-Mac, get lost, you scrub.
Jay Chris, I will dunk on you in basketball. All right. I will dunk on you. I will destroy you in basketball. All right.
25 wants to know, what size diaper do you wear?
I will destroy everybody in basketball. I don't wear diapers. I wear boxers. Boxers for men because I'm a man. I'm 30 years old. I'm a man. More man than you, 25. 25. Are you like, what, 16? Is something? I bet you have PlayStations in your room right now.
Beast Breaker says, B-Mac, I could slam dunk on you.
Oh, well, since I'm here, can you get Beast? Because Beast called me out yesterday.
Tommy
Beast,
says,
you
who would
too
win?
Beast.
Beast or B-Mac?
You lose some weight. You're too big for basketball, my man. You're too chubby for basketball. You probably won't fit in the basket.
South End says, BMAC, I will beat you 1-on-1, 11-0, and give you the ball first. ... Scrub.
I'm the next MJ. All right, I'm the next MJ. All right, I play basketball in elementary, middle school, and high school. All right, I was one of the best point guards out there.
Lane Train says, get lost, BMAC.
Lane Train? Lane Train, I thought we were cool, man. I'm shocked that Lane Train's coming at me. I'm going to give Lane Train a pass. Yes.
Lane Train says, I will bring you down, BMAC.
Wait, in basketball, Lane Train? Lane Train. I was one of the best point guards out there. All right.
South End writes in, a water distributor is not a point guard, bro. Stop lying.
Well, I was a point guard, all right? And I was one of the best passing point guards, all right? I can do passes, layups around a lot of people.
Lucas Ford says, Lane cooked you.
Lane cooked me. Lane's not cooking nothing but that a chicken in his backyard. That's all he's cooking is a dead chicken. A dead
What is
rooster.
the connection to Lane and chicken? I'm not following.
Lane cooking a dead rooster.
J Quest says, the only thing you passed was learning how to read as a child.
J Quest, I will play basketball and read laps around you. All right, J Quest. Don't come in here thinking that you're smarter than me, because you're not.
Peacebreaker says, Jake, I want to
Peacebreaker,
slam
are you
dunk
gonna
this.
come on here and face me one-on-one like a man, or are you gonna hide behind your mama's skirt?
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Bad move on your end, boy. You
God.
are playing with
Here
the
comes
wrong
Mr.
dog.
Heyman.
You
Mr.
know who you're playing with?
What up, Mr. Heyman 2.0? Mr. Man,
Hey,
you Knicks ain't doing nothing. You Knicks ain't doing nothing. They're gonna choke like they always
the
do.
hell up,
Like
you flat-foot
They're
bitch
gonna choke
man.
like they always do. All right, you Knicks ain't doing squat. All right, just like you
I'm
ain't doing
the teacher
squat.
and you're the bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your pie hole.
About me?
I don't want to
About
hear
me?
it. I
You
don't want to
don't
hear
have
it.
to back it
You're
up. You
weak.
can back nothing up, beast.
You could wipe my ass if you had the balls. You're
You
nothing
can't
but a
back
yellow
nothing
belly little turd who can't get his act together because you're weak. And you know what?
You have
pink
balls?
that you're
Show
wearing-
me your balls. Show me your balls, beast. Show me your balls. You don't have no balls.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
All right, no one wants to see anyone's balls around here, so we can have that one. Oh my God. God. Peter Castro writes in, need 2 diapers. 25 says, can one person talk at a time, or is BMAC's internet so bad he's delayed? He's delayed. That's the problem. I mean, we know Beastbreaker's had his issues with internet connection, but I mean, BMAC's using like a router from the 90s. Oh my God. I think the most memorable quote in that Rumble is, show me your balls. What a world. Oh my God. Hit the like button, please, and subscribe to the channel if you're one of the 400 people still watching. What a battle. Big Fellow writes in, so Jake, do you see Aaron Rodgers as a distraction? No, I don't, Big Fellow. I think BMAC could be a distraction, though. Man. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Jet Nation says Beastbreaker is a show plant. Is he? We'll never know. All right, last chance here. Open phone lines if you want in. Super chats cut the line. Party with Peg and Artie's on the line. What's up, my friend?
Hey, Jake. That's a lot of gabagool we just heard.
Man, that was something, huh?
That was something. But I got to tell you, I'm really happy with the way Beastbreaker handled himself today. He was a perfect gentleman to Mikey, which definitely wins some points with us. And the way he took care of B-Mac, who turned heel, is awesome. So, Beastbreaker, you get credit today. Jake, let me ask you, why can't the Jets just do anything normal? Why does everything got to be this way? We got one guy comes in, was supposed to hire him.
Yep.
He disappears. Two guys come in, yet they still don't announce which one. Why is this so hard? Why is everything so hard with Woody?
You know what's so funny, too? The last time they had this search process, like with a head coach, it was normal, right? Douglas picked Salah like that, and then it didn't work. So it's like they've tried everything normal, not normal, head coach now. Like, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to, like, is Aaron Glenn the guy, right? And then the GM stuff, yeah, I mean, you hope they obviously pick someone that's good, but I'm not going crazy yet. It's certainly unconventional, but my big thing is just I just wish they had someone experienced that was a finalist here. We're talking about 3 first-time GMs. It feels like one of them's going to be the guy they hire.
Yeah, Jake, as every Jet fan, we got zero confidence in Woody doing the right thing. But could we hit a home run? 100% we could. I mean, It could happen. You go to the well, I heard somebody say, you go to the well so many times, sooner or later you're going to get it right. So all we can do is hope for the best and see what happens.
You're
Great
right.
show today. Thank you for everything. You're
Hey,
the
Artie,
best.
did you ever think that when you and Peg were at week 1 in San Fran and you guys were rocking the Asmaniac gear and you were ready to go, that this season was going to be what it was? My God.
Well, San Francisco, first game of the year, it's a tough place to win.
Yep.
And we were with the whole PR people with the Jets. And I got to tell you, in talking to them for hours, they do follow all your YouTube guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they know everybody, and they know what everybody says. And the wine guy that we were with was a super nice guy named William, very hospitable. That was a really great trip. I mean, the Jets did it right. The one thing they did, they treated me and Peg like gold, flew us out there, hotel, the whole 9 yards. And the stadium was really nice. It was right in the whole parking lot of the hotel, which made it super convenient. So it was a great time. But, yeah, I know I didn't expect to win 5 games this year and be dog shit once again. That's for sure.
Brutal. Well, I'll tell you what, I appreciate the support as always. And I just remember when you guys sent me the picture of you guys tailgating in the Asmaniac gear before the game. And I remember it so well. I was at T-Squared setting up for the watch party that night. And we had 500 Asmaniacs there. And the season ended up being shit. Just crazy. People are saying, Lane, call in, but Lane says, I'm busy today. Well, Lane, if you could squeeze 30 seconds, I'd love to have you on anytime. How about this from Story Lynn? I told you Schottenheimer was a great coach. Jets should have never lost him. Big mistake. Great balance on offense. He's had a job every year since leaving. You want me to pretend to be upset that the Jets fired Brian Schottenheimer 4 regimes ago? He got fired after 2011, Storylin. Wake up. 13 years ago. Ask a Cowboy fan if they're thrilled that they just hired the offensive coordinator from a team that went 7-10 and the guy didn't call plays. Aria says, maybe Lance Newmark was told they'll hire someone above or equal to him, and he said, I'm not interested. Other 2 guys are much younger, late 30s. Maybe, but Lance Newmark's not really in a position to turn down a GM job. Beastbreaker. B-Max the bum. I think you want a Beast. You just got a call there. You don't need the rumble with him anymore. You got him. I think you got victory. I think you got the W. Your Q score goes up against B-Mac. You know, love or hate Beast. I think more people love Beast than they do B-Mac right now. I mean, B-Mac went from up here to, his argument for, hey, he respects women is he goes to strip clubs. That was his argument, that he actually loves women. That's a tough sell. All right. That's like trying to sell Brian Schottenheimer to your fan base. Hey, I love women. I go to strip clubs. I don't know if that's going to work. Now, don't be confused. We have a fake Beastbreaker in here. Real Beastbreaker is Storm Rocks 877. Fake Beastbreaker is Storm Rocks lowercase 877. Hold on, Beast. I'm gonna handle this. I'm gonna knock the right one out. Boom! Got him. Hey, the fake Beastbreaker, you're gone. Now look what you've done. Beastbreaker 666. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to cut your call off and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. Do you understand me? You catch my drift?
Are you seriously on crack? I think
Give him another 24 hours to think about it.
How about you bending over and taking up the booty hole behind the 7-Eleven?
We will see you later, fake Beastbreaker. We got his ass. Ladies and gentlemen, it took almost 2 hours of streaming, but Aria is the first to make it rain for the people. 5 memberships have been gifted, 5 raffle entries for Aria.
It's the Asmaniac membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
Scruzz Jets, Michael Villa, I'm not saying the whole name, I'll botch it. Mike Guilford, Alec K, and Luis Ojeda Jr. are the 5 listeners who are now channel members. By the way, shout out to Sham, who's the head of our Discord. He improved the Aaron Glenn emoji that Snowball made. You'll now notice it is a jet logo on Aaron Glenn, photoshopped on. You don't have the Lions logo on the Glenn emoji. So you might not even be able to tell because the YouTube emojis are pretty small in the chat, depending on what device you're looking at. How about this? Beastbreaker says, I'm getting fried chicken wings and pizza on him for getting rid of the fake Beast guy. All right, I'll take it, Beast. Jets Johnny says, I need that CJ Mosley card. Yeah, for those who missed it, in addition to the signed Klecko, signed Garrett Wilson jerseys, the replica Super Bowl III ring, the Aaron Glenn card, the Brees Hall card that are both autographed, I've added a 6th memorabilia prize, autographed CJ Mosley card. So if you're a card collector, we're hooking you up. All right, last chance here. Then I'm going to end the show. I'm on Mad Dog Sports Radio from 4 to 8 today. Sirius XM channel 82 or the Sirius XM app. Rich says, hit the like. Big Phil wants to know how many 7-Elevens actually have back alleys. It's a great question. Black Belt Bobby says, put PVM in the hole and lock me in there with him. Who'd win in a fight? Purple Belt Mike or Black Belt Bobby? Leon, has Josina posted on X since her breaking news? Nothing on her done deal. Moogie's the GM. Lane wants to know how I feel about CJ Mosley. I'm not familiar with him, Lane. I know CJ Mosley. I know Mosley, I think, is his distant relative, but I'm sure he's good at football as well. Nick with a super chat. He cuts the line. I think a Rodgers decision comes soon from him. When's his next McAfee appearance? Love the show, Jake. Gets me through school every day. Thank you, Nick. I don't think it's going to come as soon as you think, though. Right? Aaron's going to talk to these guys, and then I don't know if it's going to be like, boom, immediately. Like, he'll take his time. Rodgers himself has said that he doesn't consider the season to be over until, like, the Super Bowl. So I think he's going to take the few weeks to figure it out. Because the Jets could say they're moving on, but then what does he do? He's going to announce he's playing elsewhere, or he's going to retire? I don't know. Brandon says, what source does Josina Anderson and only Josina Anderson have inside the Jets building? And why has she said nothing after nearly 30 hours of conflicting reports? I don't think her source is in the Jet building. I think her source is in the Broncos building. And that's where she got it from the Moogie side of things. Shout out to John, who says, evening, Jake, all the way from Scotland. GTA writes in Bruce Hall, Robert Scala. Hey, these are two of the greats in Jet history.
Bruce Hall.
Shout out to Robert Scala. Scala is now the DC of the Niners. Where does Robert Scala go, though? That's the question. Only Lane has the answer. The Lane train, baby. Let's go to Lane, who's up next. Hello,
Hey,
Lane.
oh, hi.
Hello, Lane.
How is everything? Yes?
You're on the air, Lane.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Lane.
Hi. So, yeah, I'm happy about the way the Jets played today. And, you know, they moved the ball and they did great. Look, okay. I mean, I know it was raining out. Did you see the game?
No, I didn't watch it. What happened?
Well, they won. And the other team lost.
Lane, thank you. Come on, man. The best. He's the Lane train, man. All right. Lane's watching. He says, funny. It was funny, Lane. Love you. You're the best. Lane, you weren't at Mets Fan Fest today? I know you're a big Met fan. I was listening to Beningo beg Carlos Mendoza to get them to re-sign Pete, which was hilarious. Rick says, I bet John Bradley in London, great guy. I can confirm, John Bradley, a great guy. Really, everyone I met in London from those UK Jet fan groups were incredible. Shout out to them. If you're thinking about going to London for the game this year for the Jets, can't recommend it enough. It was a blast. Henny, Jets trying to make Josina look bad. Or they just truly haven't decided yet, and she jumped the gun with a source that's not in the Jet building. That's my theory. All right. Leon says, 49ers linebacker Jamie and Sherwood, 49ers corner DJ Reed. Maybe. I don't know their cap situation in San Fran. Look, DJ Reed I don't think will be back with the Jets. Jamie and Sherwood, I hope he is. Black Belt Bobby says, in response to Purple Belt Mike, it's okay, brother. One day you might reach my status of black belt. Till then, I will whoop you, PBM. Wow. GTA, maybe Salah could take Kinlaw back. Send Kinlaw with Ulbrich to Atlanta. Wouldn't that be fun? Send him there. See you later. Good riddance. Someone wrote Sherwood could get the tag. I doubt the Jets would use the tag on a linebacker. I don't see that. Rick, send Clemens to Salah. Yeah. Honestly, Clemens should be sent to Ulbrich for Ulbrich's refusal to ever sit the guy. Send Salah, Solomon Thomas. Send Salah, Kinlaw. Send Ulbrich. Michael Clemens. Shifty 49ers talk. Hey, Jake, any Jet players you think the Niners should sign? Michael Clemens, Hassan Reddick, Solomon Thomas, Javon Kinlaw. No, I mean, of the players that are actually good, that are free agents for the Jets, I would say Jamie and Sherwood, DJ Reed. Am I missing anyone? Like, I don't know. That's probably you guys need a kicker. Greg Zuerlein never misses. Do you need a safety? How about Chuck Clark? Great tackler. We're only sending you guys the best at Sanford. God. We took your scraps. Thanks for Kinlaw Yeah, I won't kill Solomon Thomas. I actually think he wasn't terrible as a role player, but I think we can move on from him. You guys need a left tackle? Tyron Smith, man. He could block. Shifty says Zerline's still better than Jake Moody. I don't know about that, Shifty. Zerline was horrific. I know Moody had his issues too. Sham says Hassan Reddick, selfless player, the most selfless. Send him the same. No, Reddick should go with Obrick for that comment. Most selfless player I've been around. Coach, get your head out of your ass, man. Good Lord, that was embarrassing. Ugh, brutal. Boomtown says it finally happened. I just got a butter commercial from YouTube. Only a matter of time, boys and girls. Only a matter of time. Buttergate. What a storyline that was. What a story. Unbelievable. Ridiculous. John, how do I feel about drafting Campbell at 7? I don't want to take a right tackle at 7. I'm good. They have enough first-round picks on the O-line. To me, defensive player, or I like the wide receiver from Arizona that's like 6'5". Especially if Rodgers is not here, which I don't think Devontae would then be here. They need a receiver. You take a receiver at 7, I'm in. Now, for what it's worth, we have a first mock from Jeremiah. He has the Jets taking the tight end from Penn State at 7. Get ready. Bowers debate again. Now, it's not as egregious this time around because it's not as great of a star draft, and the Jets obviously don't have the need they had at left tackle a year ago. So if you tell me this kid, Warren from Penn State, is Bowers, yeah, take him. But are we sure? Bowers was like the first top 10 tight end to actually be worth it in a long time. But I'll save that debate for when, I don't know, we actually have a GM. Did somebody say Tyler Warren? I already hear Gary now doing that bullshit. Get ready. Tight end debates are coming.
Did somebody say Brock Bowers?
All right, I got to go. I'm on the radio in 30 minutes. Sirius XM, Channel 82, 4 hours. Jets will probably have a GM at some point in the middle of that, so we'll be back tonight maybe. I'll cancel my plans, and we'll talk Jets. Thank you to everyone who watches. Thanks to everyone who gifted. Actually, I think only one person gifted today. Thank you to Aria, who gifted a membership during the stream. All the super chats, you guys were great. Raffle, going to be Tuesday, so still a couple shows left to get in on all the raffles. Anyway, love you all. Go Jets. And maybe the next time I talk to you on this program, we will have a general manager. Here's what we do have. A head coach.